There's no one here yet. Yeah, I think we're live. I think this is me talking away, doing the live thing, chatting, having fun, having a good old time. Hey y'all, how's it going? Here in LA, never done this before, so first time. So I'll just waffle on. Today's the premiere of the Legend of Tarzan film, which is taking place downtown. Hey, from Reno, how's it going? Say hi to Reno. It's a fine old place. So the premiere's later on. Doing a little bit of press, or yeah, later I think. But at the moment, just doing Q&As and stuff like that. If you have any questions, if you want to, unless you're questioned out today, I just did a Twitter Q&A. Any questions? Want to say hi? Anything like that? Send them this way. I'm here with Betsy from my label. She's awesome, and we are getting going. And just to kick off this Facebook Q&A, I'm going to throw on a little bit of music because it'll make it easier. Will you go to prom with my daughter? You know what? Tell her have a great time. Are you still a hoodoo enthusiast? I am. And anyone who wants to know about hoodoo should really read it up. It's like, what I love about it, it's like folk magic. And Ireland has its own kind of folk magic, but hoodoo is this nice mix of kind of, southern kind of folk magic that was, I think, was really imported from Africa in a big way, that mixed with kind of Christian, iconography, stuff like that. Saw you at Bonnaroo last year. Thank you. That was a hot, spicy gig. Did you get a chance to see LeBron James block in the finals? I missed that game, but everyone here was doing backflips afterwards. What's your favorite song you've written? I don't really have a favorite song. It's kind of like having a favorite baby or a favorite little child. You couldn't do it to the others. Although I do have least favorite songs. So I don't have favorite songs, but I have least favorite songs. Does that make sense? Much like your parents. They don't have favorite children, but they do have least favorite children. And it's you. Hey, will your brother John ever work on one of your videos? I'd say we work again. Do you still have the jeans with the hole in the knee? I have the jeans with the hole in the knee. I do. I'm not wearing them right now, but I will. I will again. You'll see me rocking those things. So yeah. And James Brown is on, and we're a go. Tell me your hair secrets. My hair is crazy most of the time. So many questions. There's a lot of stuff going on here, Betsy. Help a lad.
I'll tell the internet to calm
down. Are you working on a new album? I am working on a new album as much as possible. I'm kind of in a busy few weeks at the moment. And when I get back to Ireland, I will be hunkering down, so to speak, and in my secret bunker lair and working on the next album. Yeah, Bonnaroo was great. I get to go on stage. Thanks for coming to the Bonnaroo show. We joined Mumford & Son on stage, who were absolute gentlemen. And along with My Morning Jacket, some of the guys from Dawes. And yeah, it was amazing. That was a fun evening. And then we got to see D'Angelo and the Vanguard play later on that night, which was sensual. What colour are your eyes? I have a kind of what I call a muddy green. So it's they're hazel. So they're green at some points, and they're kind of a dirty brown at other points. So a kind of an unclear brown. But I think the colour is hazel. So there you go. But when I'm tired or I've got bloodshot eyes, they go bright green. Thanks for having these Q&As. So nice. You know what? It's my pleasure to talk about myself. Will your new album be bluesy or more alternative? God knows. Ireland is pretty great. It is pretty great. We have our problems. But the more you travel, I find the more you love about home and love about Ireland, and you get to see what we really have there. You should come and play with the Harbour Bar ukuleles in Bray. Harbour Bar is a fine old place. I haven't been there in years, But some nice memories there of meeting friends for a pint. When will you come back to Cincinnati, Ohio? I don't know. To be honest, the next tour is at the earliest. I won't be in touring mode until next year. So, you won't see me on the road in 2016. I have been on the road for 2.5 years. So I'm looking forward to unpacking my suitcase for the first time since I packed it 2.5 years ago. How old are you? Connection's weak. I'm over 3,000 years old. Thank you for asking. Armenia loves you. Armenia's a grand old spot. Fair play. I'm getting motion sickness. That's my fault. I'll give you a little view of my hotel room. There's sensual photos going on here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very, very sensual. And then I have a nice 335 which I rented while I'm here, Little Louis Jr. And then the rest is hotel room stuff. Are you alone? No, I'm not alone. I'm here with Betsy, as I said. Betsy from the label.
Hi there.
And there's some
Betsy
folks.
from the label.
This is Betsy Whitney. And inside, there's some folks. My manager's getting ready. We have a premiere today, so we're all getting ready, getting prettified, looking real nice. Pay attention to me. Come on now. What are you doing? Thank you for introducing Wyberlingo to London. They're great. They're a fantastic group, and I would encourage anyone to check them out and listen to their music. I think they've got a really, really bright future ahead, and they're making some really interesting and beautiful music. And they're good. They're good folks. They're good people. Hi, Betsy, says Jess. Betsy says hey.
I do. Hi, Jess. I miss you.
We miss you, Jess. We miss you. Getting us dizzy. I'm sorry. Should I put this on a table somewhere, or should I just hold the thing? It's a fairly static scene. You're just seeing my face. And if I were a band, it's times like this you wish you were a band, so you'd have more people to...
Talk about the song.
The song?
Better Love.
Oh yeah, so we're going to a premiere today for the Legend of Tarzan film. Last time I was in LA, the filmmakers reached out and asked, would I be interested in kind of writing a song? And yeah, so that was it. There was like a 4-week deadline. So it was the quickest time I've ever conceived of a song to the time that it's been recorded, mixed, and mastered. So I kind of don't know how I got away with it, but I think it initially just in a 4-week deadline, in about a week, I sent them maybe half a song, and then it took me like another week to send them the rest of it. So I crawled my way there, but I got away with it, and I released. Yeah, we got it. They liked it, and it's in the film, and I'm thrilled. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here today. Really exciting cast: Margot Robbie, Alexander Skarsgård, Samuel Jackson, Christoph Waltz, John Hurt, who is just. If I could be, when people ask you that question, if you could be played by anyone in a film or whatever, John Hurt is just John Hurt. Watch 1984. Watch his Winston Smith in 1984 from the 1984 version of 1984. It's if I was a woman, I'd be on him. I'd be on him like butter on hot toast. Just quickly liquid. Sorry, that sounds gross. Sorry. Do you love me? Yeah. I did meet Alexander Skarsgård, and he is a gentleman. He is a tall, handsome gentleman. He's built like a beautiful tree, just smooth, like a smooth, beautiful tree. Yeah, I did, and I got to meet Margot Robbie as well too, and she's an absolute. She's amazing. Very, 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 very funny as well too. Really down to earth, incredibly down to earth person. Hey, I'm a fellow songwriter. What do you do to inspire yourself to write a song? You can't really inspire yourself to write a song, I don't think. You just have to hang on, and something will come to you. And I think if you're sitting down at a piano or a guitar, whatever your instrument is, and you're playing around loosely with ideas, without the direct objective of writing a song, eventually something will come to you, and you just might like the feel of, might like the the sense of. So it's important. I don't know. I find it difficult to kind of you need to give yourself time to not think about what you're doing. You have to engage the kind of other side of your brain a little bit. How is your hair so fluffy? It's not fluffy. It's surprisingly wiry. I don't know if it's fluffy. I went for a swim today, so my hair was it was a salt pool, so maybe not to the best, but that's why it's that helped it very curly instead of frizzy. So there you go. I like the music in the background. That is James Brown, and this is a different version of. Yeah, so this is James Brown. It's a different version of I Feel Good. I'm gonna turn it up because it's sassy. This is the face that you make when things are. Just that. If you ever see a drummer who just is totally in the pocket, a drummer who just makes something stanky, like a stinky beat, and it's just, or a bass player, a rhythm section that just reaches out and grabs you by the genitals. That's the face that I would often just. Oh, you can smell it. You can smell the stank of it. And so there you go. It's like that emoji, yeah. Stank face, thank you. So stank face is actually a very important expression between me and my close friends, and it doesn't always mean like stanky beat. Among musician friends it means kind of stanky beat, but then there's also just that, which is just a response in and of itself. Have a dog? No, thank you. Favorite song right now on repeat? I was asked this earlier on. I'm getting into Unknown Mortal Orchestra in a big way, and they have a song called Multi Love, which is awesome. Awesome town. Sing a little bit of Like Real People Do. No, thank you. Hey there. What changed the most in your life? Nothing. None of the important stuff changed. When you're on the road, as much as I've been on the road, I think it's important to keep good people around you, to stay grounded and not get ideas of yourself, or so I was very lucky in that regard with the people that I toured with. They're incredible. You just get very, very busy. Nothing changes. Whether it's people have ideas of success and ideas of what fame and stuff like that, but nothing important changes. Hopefully, you just get very, very busy, and for a long, long time. And yeah, come to Detroit. I'd like to. We played a gig last time round just on the outskirts of Detroit, so not exactly in Detroit, but just on the outskirts of Detroit, which was cool. Please tell me hello, Hannah Lynn Parker. Hannah Lynn Parker, how's it going? Are you all right? Hello to you. Favorite movie? I really like anything by Wes Anderson. So Wes Anderson's one of my favorite directors. So I always loved The Royal Tenenbaums from a young age, and then like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, and I love Bill Murray. Obviously, love Gene Hackman, and then the Grand Budapest Hotel, I think is a masterpiece. So love anything by Wes Anderson. Wyvern Ningo, love from you. They were great support. They were. come to Joshua Tree. I was there once to film a video in Joshua Tree, but I don't know if you can actually do gigs in Joshua Tree. Can you?
I don't know.
Maybe to an audience of kind of
Cactus?
cactus and insects. Do you ever go? No, I never got to meet Seamus Heaney, or see him read poetry live, which is kind of a big regret of mine. And I think he passed away about 6 years ago, and I would have loved to. But you know, you live and learn. University is getting old. How would you like to give me a job? There is no jobs out there, which is a sad thing. And I think a lot of my friends, and like a lot of people I know, stayed in university. It's easier maybe in Ireland, where, you know, tuition fees aren't obscene, you know, but it's a tough one. I can't answer that question. Those eyes. I made your black and white portrait something if it comes back. So at the time, obviously, we would have loved to. They were playing in Vegas, and they were in contact with ST Heim because, you know, Heim did a like a show with them on like, I think it was Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel thing they played with at the time, and they had Heim kind of doing backing vocals with you know, Morris Day in the time, and there was like an offer to come and see a show in Vegas, and we were passing by. It didn't actually work out because our schedule was too much, but that would have been a dream. So sadly, no. But I think even as much fun as it was for us to do a cover of Jungle Love, we could never do justice to the actual time doing it. I was driving from Galway this evening, listening to iRadio, heard your new song, full version. I was... Go on. You find it hard to fall in love. Don't think you try. I think if you start trying, you're it kind of defeats the purpose of falling. That's called jumping. And I think there's a difference between falling and jumping. And you don't expect to fall, but jumping in love is not the same. What's your favourite cover you've done? Will the day ever come where you can talk about who's asked you to collaborate on music, where you said yes or no? No. I don't know. Let's walk you guys around the this little space, so you can see other things but my mug. It's actually quite bright. I don't think we have a problem with the light in here, do we?
Over there?
Yeah. Oh, that's quite bright. If you could see any artist, I hope one day you'll have a concert here in the Philippines. I hope so too. I would love to come to. There's a lot of places we've never been to, kind of South America properly. We did one gig in Mexico, but I'd love to head out and kind of gig in Asia and stuff as well too. Newport, thank you for checking out the Newport gig. Newport is a really, really special festival, and you should keep supporting it. But it's one that's very, very close to my heart, and was one of the first American festivals we got to do. And it's like no other. It has just a beautiful atmosphere, and it's full of beautiful people. Can we hang out if we meet? West Adams, nearly quite Adam West, nearly. Great name. Pamela Rose. Hey, cheers. Are you drinking, Pamela Rose? That accent. Thanks very much. Would you like to visit South America? I would love to gig in South America. But we'll have to wait and see. Favorite song to play live? Oh, hello, Jon Snow. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that I can talk about that aren't the obvious. Instead of just asking questions. Betsy, what do normal people do when they do live? You can tell me actually. What if you guys have ever done Facebook? What do normal people do when do they just sit and talk about themselves? Jesus, tell stories. Most of my stories are incriminating. Not really. But shout out, please. Aoife O'Reilly, how's it going? There's an Irish name. There's a fine Irish name, Aoife. Is Aoife a name in America? Aoife. Spelled Aoife. Are you naturally curly? I am, much to my frustration. And my hair isn't normally this neat, but it can just be, you know. I think I've said before, I can look like a lollipop dropped in the back of a car seat, you know, on a bad day. My hair can be very, very fuzzy, like a hairy stop sign. Okay. Tell us a story of your boyhood. My boyhood. I've never heard it expressed as boyhood. It sounds like an insult to sorry, sounds like a way of insulting somebody's genitals. Hide your boyhood. Will there be a new album on tour? I can't remember any stories from my boyhood. I would think, you know, I moved out to a countryside when I was about 7 years old, and had a very nice, quiet upbringing, rollicking around local spots and kind of, you know, fields and stuff. Hello. Ever regretted straightening your hair? Not really. I think it was straightened really once for a Vogue shoot. And what's amazing about straightening hair is that once it's wet, it just goes right back to normal. So, I mean, regret is a very, very heavy word to use for the straightening of one's hair, but I can't say I regret many things. Least of all, messing with my hair. Shout out, please. You were in Chicago, yeah. Have you ever had any fillings? I have had fillings, and I don't like the dentist. No. But that's a very intimate thing now to know about a man. So, there you go. Favorite poem or poetry? I've talked loads about Seamus Heaney. I love Seamus Heaney. I love a lot of Irish poets. I love W.B. Yeats. I was a big Bukowski, I was big into Bukowski as a teenager. I still don't read enough poetry as I would like to, but I have a little W.B. Yeats book here, which I've been, you know, which has been nice. It's a little small one, so it's A Terrible Beauty Is Born, and there's some gorgeous stuff in that. So a lot of the poems kind of around the beginning of the Irish nation and the revolution and stuff like that. Which I could read you out some. How about we do that? How would you like that? Huh? You want to hear some poetry? Hey, fuckers, let's do it. Seamus Heaney, your favourite song. So this is a poem that literally every kid in Ireland had to learn growing up as a child. I probably shouldn't be reading it. Probably shouldn't be reading it here with James Brown in the background, because I don't know if that's how. If that's. No. Here, James Brown. A poem called "He Wishes for the Clots of Heaven," which literally, if you're from Ireland and you ever went to primary school, I'd say you had to learn this poem. So, "He Wishes for the Clots of Heaven" by W.B. Yeats. Had I the heavens embroidered cloths, enwrought with golden and silver light, the blue and the dim, and the dark cloths of night and light, and the half-light, I would spread the cloths under your feet, but I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams. Which is one of his most well-loved and well-remembered poems. So get in there, read some Yeats, yeah? Like a cool dude. Cool dudes read Yeats. When you come to Costa Rica, up the WB, good man Conal O'Hara there. So get into it. Conal's behind me. Conal's on the WB Yeats buzz. What was I gonna say? I don't know, lads. You're not really dealing with somebody who's great at chatting idly about himself, because chatting idly about yourself is something that dull people are very good at, and I would like to think Gavin Bells. So, and talking idly about yourself is not a virtue, I don't think. So you're sadly, if you're probably on one of the worst Facebook likes you could get, um, or Facebook lives, I should say. What's your guilty pleasure? I don't think pleasure should be guilty, so I try to avoid that phrase. But um, there's a lot of pop music that I enjoy, and I don't know. I don't know. No pleasure should be guilty, um, unless it causes harm to somebody. Are your brows naturally on fleek? They are naturally on fleek. Not that I have a fucking clue what fleek means. Betsy, do you know what fleek means?
It means really good.
Really good.
Like really just, if you could define.
Okay, on fleek. So yeah, I never pluck my eyebrows or do any of that lark. I just have quite hefty eyebrows. Literally, they weigh my eyes down, make me tired, and they kind of make me squint and look unhappy a lot of the time. It's just the weight of the hair of my brow. Guys, I'm trying to think here now. I don't know how long I've been on the line to you. Have I been here for long? Who inspires you to write music? Artists, musicians would inspire me to write music. So when I was a kid, nothing made me feel as good as music and songwriters. So that's what I did. Thoughts on 1975? A fine year. A fine year. Any more gigs back home here in Ireland planned? Nothing for the moment. So I'll be kind of falling off the map soon enough, and won't be doing any gigs further. Anything planned for this year, to be honest. There was rumours that I was in Dublin yesterday doing a gig, which isn't true. We shall see. Oh, I got a good poem. This is a fucking great one, and it's really short. By W.B. Yeats. It's called A Coat, and I'm gonna A Coat by W.B. Yeats, which I think is a lovely one. I made my song a coat, covered with embroideries out of old mythologies from heel to throat, but the fools caught it, wore it in the world's eyes as though they'd wrought it. Song, let them take it, for there's more enterprise in walking naked. I'm trying to think, lads. I'm at a loss for you now, I have to say. We might have to be saying goodbye fairly soon. So, what'll I don't know what to say to you. If you've any more questions or anything like that, yeah, I love the band Cure. Of course, I love Cure. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sign off and say goodbye and just say thank you. For saying hello and watching me ramble aimlessly and idly at you. Say hi to my cousin James in Bray. Alright, Kathy Riley. How are you, James? How's it going? Do you like Fleetwood Mac? Of course. Incredibly important band of the 20th century. No, I didn't see the documentary that Bob Geldof did about Yeats. I remember seeing ads for it and trailers for it, and I really do want to check it out, because there's I was on an Aer Lingus plane on the way here, and there's a nice little 15-minute piece. It's kind of a goofy documentary, but it's about Yeats and his role to do with designing the Irish coinage before the euro came in, which is something maybe a lot from my generation would remember, maybe better, the 50-cent coins with all the animals on them. So like the herring, and there was like a bull and a horse on the 20p, which I miss now, I have to say. I do miss. But that's an interesting little tale. Back when we had the pounds, the Irish pounds. Please recommend a book before you go. My favourite is 1984. I've always say that, by George Orwell, and it's really prescient and it's really scary. And it's scary because it's as relevant today as it was back then. And there's a great quote. There's a great quote in 1984, in Orwell's 1984, and it says, "If you want to picture the future, just imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever." And I think it's a chilling statement. And I think sadly, the more we things haven't changed. Okay, so look, I think that's all I have for you, really, because please say hi to Kate and Donegal. That's you, Kate. Please say hi to Kate and Donegal. That's you, Kate Lucas. How are you, Kate Lucas? Pretending like I'm saying hi to somebody else. I will say goodbye because really, can we talk about Jack Irons's album? Yeah, it's fucking great. It's a great album. Betsy, have you heard Jack Irons's album?
I like it.
It's a great album, and he's an amazing songwriter, and he produced that stuff. He recorded that himself. He's multi-talented. If you ever see the man play live, I always thought it was never a case of if people were amazed by Jack Garrett. It's always just a case of when you'll be amazed by Jack Garrett. Watch him play live, and he'll blow you away. Okay, goodbye, see you, I see what you're doing there, yeah? I know I use that, I say that a lot. I think that's a very Irish thing, and a lot of people in Ireland say I don't know what you guys say. It just lacks. I'm joking. It's either way. It's just the sound of a mind moving slowly. So, did you get a haircut? I did it months ago. I will have to get going because it's been awesome. But I think we do have to get ready for this premiere. So as I said, I'm just getting ready for the Legend of Tarzan premiere, which will be fun. Get to meet the cast, actually see the movie in its fully finished form for the first time, which will be fun. And I will hopefully do this again at some stage. And thanks for coming and hanging out and saying hello. And have an awesome day or evening, wherever in the world you are. Okie dokie. Have a good one. Is that us? This is where I click the red button that says finish. Ciao. Have a deadly one. Alright. Bye-bye.